People. My name is Maniac, the kind of guy that takes way too long to explain simple things. And today we're going to be looking at Shadow Raid. So let's get into it. Like always, we'll start fresh with our skills. There we go. So as you can see, all clear. So this mission's going to be very fast, very quick. I mean, the mission itself is going to take a while, but you need to be fast and quick. So let's start with what we always do. We will basic chameleon, basic cleaner, uh, definitely basic sixth sense. You don't really need anything else. Ace, or you can also just basic ECM overdrive. I would ace nimble because you will be lockpicking a little bit, and of course, always ace ECM specialist. Makes things so much easier. Next, we'll go into artful dodger. I'm going to basic because you know sprinting is way faster, and I definitely recommend acing parkour as it gives you the ability to sprint in any direction, which on this map is kind of crucial because there's a lot of doors and narrow pathways inside the main building. So when a guard is walking straight up to you, you can quickly sprint backwards and it'll save your ass a lot. I know it saved mine quite a bit. I'm going to ace inner pockets because I use the ballistic lightweight vest. You don't need to ace it if you're not using it. Just basic it if you're not using the vest. It'll raise your concealment up, making things a little bit easier. The lower your concealment is on this map, the lower your chances of being spotted, and it will help significantly. Whew, I cannot talk today. Damn. Okay. Basic second wind, and of course, always ace optical illusions if you're stealthing. You gain one concealment for each silent weapon, makes things a lot easier. That's it for the ghost skill tree. I'm gonna go on to fugitive and do what I did last video in my bank heist video, and I'm gonna go up to frenzy. So just any way you can get up there, doesn't matter where you put points. Perfect. As long as frenzy is basic, all this other stuff doesn't really matter. So you don't need anything else in fugitive. You don't need anything else in ghost. You're not gonna be doing drills. There are spots where you can do drills. I wouldn't recommend it as it's more than likely going to be spotted. Uh, you don't really need anything else. Maybe throw banks 50% farther. That'll make things a lot easier. Uh, and you can also ace this, which will give you slightly more movement speed, but it's not really necessary. And really, that's about it. You don't really need anything else. Yep, you're good. So, 44 points left over after all this. I mean, you can obviously put things in, more damage or whatever else, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to strongly recommend using Yakuza if you have the DLC. If you do not have the DLC, Crew Chief, because it gives you more stamina. Why not? If you have the DLC, you can either use Burglar or Yakuza. This is kind of a big map, and you're going to be moving a lot of loot from all over the map, especially if you're playing solo. So the 20% movement speed that you get from this particular build is crucial. It makes the mission go by a lot smoother, and that's why you go and do the Frenzy skill, because the perk deck is only active if your health is below a certain threshold. The Frenzy skill makes you start out underneath that threshold, so you'll always have that movement speed. Now, you will take significantly more damage from guards and anybody else, but you'll always be underneath that threshold, making you run super fast. You're kind of like, think of it like Sonic. You're really fast, but if you get hit once, you're dead. You don't collect rings in this game either. So let's see. I use the lightweight ballistic vest. You can use a suit. Doesn't matter as long as you're not using anything heavier than that. I mean, you're good. I mean, I've stealthed this in ICTV before, but it's just that I don't recommend it. ECM jammer, like always. Any silent weapon will do. These work just fine. Of course, the silent shotgun that I have. I recommend using shotguns on any stealth build as it's easy to blow enemies into certain spots where you don't want them to be. My melee weapon is the pen because of the low concealment. And actually, this thing has a really quick melee time. I can keep stabbing really fast with it. Kind of like the weapon butt. It's just really fast. Dynamite, because, you know, why not? My mask and my character. You don't really need these don't matter. So let's go into it. Shadow Raid is going to be under the Bane contract. So as you can see, on Death Wish, before the 1 down update, I finished this mission on Death Wish about 155 times, 122 times, with the 1 down update. So, I goddamn love this heist. It's really hard for newer players because it's such a big map, and if you don't know where the loot spawns, it makes things a lot harder than it needs to be. Okay, so Bane likes to talk a lot, but if you gathered any information from that, basically, we're in a big warehouse by the dock, filled with a bunch of mercenaries who will shoot you on sight. When they do shoot you on sight, the mission will go loud, unless you have ECMs placed, of course, but eventually, it'll go loud, and there's a certain timer that counts down. I'll show you all this. We're going to do a quick practice run before I actually get into it, and I'll show you all the entryways, the easiest way to enter, and just, this, that, and the other little tips and secrets before I actually get started. So, for the dead drop, you can place body bags, you can place thermite, you can, let's see, surveillance, spy cams, loot drop-off, which is basically a dumpster where you can throw your loot into. That way you don't have to run all the way to the van where you spawn, which is usually near the access road here. And the bag zip line, which will be here by the waterfront. I'll show you all this. Let's see, let's do the bag zip line. Let's do this, and we'll do thermite. And I'll just show you what all that is before we actually get into it. So you'll always spawn on this road. You'll either spawn on this side here, you either spawn on the side of the road here, or you'll spawn here. The van will always be on this road, never down the street. I mean, honestly, this is the worst place for the truck to be, but whatever. So here, you'll see a little briefcase. This is where your thermite will be if you buy the asset. You can only pick up one for whatever reason. Now, before we go all the way down here and explore the rest of the place, if you turn to your right, you can actually run up this fire escape here. Lol. References. So we go up the fire escape, and we can climb down here, and you can actually jump onto that container and do the containers outside near the back. To me, this is where newer players... Wow. Okay, can't jump over that apparently. This is where newer players mess up a lot, because when they do the outside area, it's patrolled by a lot of guards, and there's very little room for error. So if you bone it up, and you have to kill a guard or a guard spots you, 20 bucks is another guard is going to spot that guard, and so on and so forth. Like, if I kill him, that guard's going to see, and then that guard will see, and then that civvy will see, and then that guard will see, and then, just don't, it's very, very bad. So, this is the main entrance. Sometimes the gate will be closed, sometimes it won't. Like any gate, you can just shoot it and it'll open up. Now, you're usually safe on the street here. Guards do not walk past this gate. They're stuck right there. So, even though you're some guy in armor holding a gun, jumping around, they don't seem to care as long as you don't walk up to them. So, I don't recommend ever using the front gate. It's just, I mean, that guard is literally always there, and it's just bad. I don't I don't ever do the front gate. It's just bad. So, if you grab the thermite asset, you can open up manholes throughout the map, climb down the ladder, or fall straight down into the sewer, which a lot of newer players do, and use thermite on little gates that'll either sometimes be there, sometimes won't. This one usually always is, as well as another which I'm about to show you. So once given enough time, it'll open up. Now go through this manhole, which you can also kind of clip through, like that. And as you can see, we're in the main container area by the front gate, which I was just talking about. Run further down, let's see if there's a gate here. Yeah, see, so you would need at least both thermites, and there's usually about either anywhere between 3 to 4 gates. A lot of people like using the thermite method. I used to, I don't anymore. It just takes way too long. Now, what I like to do is when I spawn down the street, I run down to this alleyway here. As you can see, there's a ladder to your left, and there's a path to your right. Right now, we're going to go straight, and I'm just going to show you. For now, I'll just take this guy out. No biggie. Now, the back of the building is kind of the most safest spot in the whole map. The most dangerous, like I said, would probably be the shipping container. The safest would definitely be the back area here. As long as you mind guards from the top, they might sometimes stare down at you from this balcony right here or up there. As long as you pay attention to that and just be very careful, you should be fine. So if you're in the back here, you can unlock this door. It'll take you into the, the main basement floor, I guess, and then you can take the stairs up into the main floor. You can run around the side.
Guard, careful.
Just be careful of the guard there. And if you run around the side here, you can go into the main container back area. Okay. And get into the back area here by the containers. And from there, there's little, like, tips and little hidden things you can do. Like, if you jump up here and then jump up there, you can jump up to the roof, or there's like a ladder here, you can take that and get it to the roof, but I wouldn't recommend it as, like I said, the container area is very heavily guarded, and I just wouldn't. In this room, there's also a manhole here, which you can use to get through the sewers if they're open.
Guard.
Get away from that guard. Now, sometimes in the back area by that guard here, there will also be a ladder. If you know the guard's there, obviously don't take the ladder, as that would be stupid. So, if you buy the boat zipline, it'll always be here, or, there's another zipline you can do, but this one's the most popular. You can attach a bag, it'll take it all the way down to the boat, it'll come back, you can load another one. I really, really hate doing the bag zipline. I used to do it, but I hate it. I can't stand it. Please do not do the bag zipline. Please. It's a waste of time. This mission, especially with pubs and newer players, always goes to crap. And it takes way too long for each bag to go down to the boat and come back. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds. And you have to sit there and wait. And when the mission goes loud and the alarm goes off, you only have a minute to escape, meaning you're only going to get about 3 or 4 bags in before you can actually get out. And that takes time to run from there back to the van. You know what I mean? Whereas the loot drop-off, you can put one right here. And it's very easy to open and just throw the bags in all at once. There's no time to wait, and then you can just roll out. It's very, very quick. Most people buy the bag zip line and then buy the loot drop-off, because there's 4 different places you can put the dumpster around the map. So they'll put the zip line here, and then put the dumpster somewhere in the back by the containers. I don't like doing that. It takes way too much time. So we're going to go back now, and we're going to go up this ladder, which you can use to either A, jump into the container area, or you can sprint jump across to the next roof, jump here, jump there, and hey, you're on the roof. From here, you can take the ladder down to the container area. You can unlock the door and go to the warehouse area.
Careful. Guard. Look
You
out.
can
Guard.
not be spotted by guards. There's also another door here. Oh, look, see, this is why you don't
Guard.
mess around in the container area. Even from the roof, they're seeing me down there.
Guard.
So you have multiple doors you can lockpick up here that'll take you to the main warehouse area inside. For whatever reason, you can't break through the window. I see you there, hidden package. So let's just very quickly run across the roof. So there's also a third door which will take you to the warehouse. Now, if you're on the roof here, you can either run through this door, which will take you down to the top floor of the building, or you can jump down here. And from here, there will be two doors that you can lockpick on both sides of this walkway. Or you can take that ladder if it's spawned there. So let's get inside real quick. Alright. I guess we'll just wrap this up. That guy didn't like how long I was taking. So, we're almost finished anyway. If you come in through the door, you'll be in here. There's the main warehouse, like I said. And if you go through the doors up top, you'll be in the scaffolding. There's the other door that you can lockpick. These are the stairs, which will lead to the main floor, which there's lots of doors, lots of pathways. The main floor of the warehouse, as well as the vault, which we'll get acquainted with sooner when I'm there. Throughout the map, there'll be 4 of these little containers you can either use to drill them open. If you kill the orange jumpsuit civvy or certain guards, we'll drop keycards. Open it instead with that instead of waiting on this because, hey, that'll take too long. And here in this back room on the top floor will be the cam room. You can lockpick either of these 2 doors, and there you go. You'll be able to take out the cam guard. Now, as you can hear, the alarm went off. Hey, look at that. Who didn't see that coming? So you got about a minute to escape. I'm not going to escape as I don't really care because I'm still trying to teach you guys what to do. So there's a manhole here which you can use to open, and you can use to like get around the sewer system like I said earlier. If you're in a rush, you need to get to the loot drop-off or take loot outside. For the love of God, break the window. Don't run downstairs like a doofus. Break the window and jump out of it, making it super easy to get to the loot drop-off. And one last thing to show. As you can see, there's a ladder here, or you can just jump down. It'll lead to the sewer gate. Great. Yeah, what a great sewer grate. There's a ladder there, which will take you inside the warehouse like I just was. Woo! Okay. Now that all that's out of the way, we can actually get started.
A plan is essential.
So let's see.
Excellent.
Oh, you know what? Let me just do one last thing. I almost goofed. It's probably best if you do have insider access. So if you have Sixth Sense Aced, it'll allow you to buy body bags. Now you can bring Jack of all trades and bring your own, as well as ECM jammers, but it's not really necessary. That was a lot of running around, wasn't it? Jesus.
This is all about stealth. Gates want you to silently enter the depot. Grab what you can and get out.
So let's see.
Brilliant.
So we're going to buy the loot drop-off, and we're going to buy body bags. We're going to put them right here. So which loot drop-off did I buy?
Yes.
Waterfront garbage. As you can see, there's 2 that you can put, or 3, excuse me, that you can put around the cargo area, but I just prefer this one. I mean, if you're going to put it here, why not just take it there? I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the cargo area, but, you know. Anyway. I'm not going to buy the zip line. I'm not buying anything else. Just the body bags and
Okay, pull over here.
the loot drop-off. Same spawn. Let's do it.
There it is, right ahead. Do your thing, guys, but do it quietly. It goes loud, and I'll have to pull you out fast.
So we always start off the mission killing this guy here. Every time.
Hey, you
I
guys.
always run down the alleyway. He will always spawn. He will either be standing, walking back and forth around the stairs here, around the alleyway there, and by the dumpster he can be standing here. Be careful though, because if you do go to take him out, there will sometimes be a camera on the wall that will go off if he dies. Obviously, that's not a good thing. Why do I kill him? Because he stands right by the loot drop-off, and if you want to pile bags in front of it, he's obviously going to see it, making your life a lot harder than it needs to be. So let's jump across to the next roof.
Stuff coming home. Weapons, ammo, and anything the mercury elements can...
Jump down.
Check murky waters containers.
We're going to lockpick this door right here. I usually start off with this one, just because. I know it changes the guard pathing, but it's just a lot easier for me, as you can see. Be very careful. If you see flashlights, it's always on a guard. It's always on the front end of a guard. That's where they're going to be looking. It's like their line of sight. When you open up this door here, sometimes there will be a
Dumpster down there.
bunch of cocaine.
Stash some loot.
Watch it. Guard.
There sometimes might also be gun parts here, so you can pick those up. Sometimes there'll be a civvy and or a guard patrolling this area right here. There will always be a crowbar here. And let's see if I can do my little trick. Yep. You can pick up the crowbar, and if there's coke there, through the wall, meaning you don't have to get right up on that civvy, making things a lot easier. Now, a helpful hint for this mission is if it's to be very quick. It's ooh, buddy. And be very quick and be very lucky. Let me tell you. Always know exactly what you're doing and where you're going. It's kind of hard to do while talking, obviously, but if you know where you're going and you're very quick about it, don't hesitate. When people hesitate, that's when guards walk up or they kiss guards, and it's very difficult. It's just a very difficult situation. When you lockpick here, the guy will just be staring into oblivion.
Job fucking sucks.
Shoot him in the face, and the cams on the entire map are down. Very easy. He also drops a key card every single time. Don't put it into one of the containers just yet. That are on the other side of this wall, obviously. That's why I pointed. Don't waste it on that just yet. We're going to hold on to it. Sometimes in this room, there'll be a money bag here in the corner.
That's used banknotes from our allies overseas.
Watch out.
Looks like that guard's static, which means he won't be moving. Which means that my job just got a lot harder. So we're just going to throw these. Yeah, as you can see, I'm throwing the bags down to the side there. You usually don't notice them. Not really a big deal. And as you can see, the server is spawned in this room. There's also another room where the server can spawn. I'll show you where it is.
Give me the password for Area 51.
Careful. Guard on patrol.
So you don't want to go there just yet because of the guy to the left. Now you are...
Watch out. Guard.
Oh, he walked right where I needed to go. You are slightly more noticeable to guards when you have a bag on your person. So just keep that in mind that you won't be able to sneak around as much.
Guard.
Also, this is where that 20% skill, or 20% speed skill comes in handy with the perk deck for Yakuza. Because, I mean, normally with servers and gold and weapon parts, you move very, very slow. So any extra speed you got, you know, certainly comes in handy. So there's the server. Now we can move on to the room over here. Here we go. Another bag of money here. Be careful because guards can sometimes walk down there and be in this room here. There's another crowbar here by the door in this little alleyway here. And this is where another server can be, in this room here. And there can also be a money bag under the desk. Now if you're stuck here and you see a guard walking towards you or whatever have you, you just lockpick this and get out. I don't see any besides that jerk, so I'm just going to make my way outside and throw that over the thing. So everything is done here except for the containers, which I usually save for last. And this container. Now as you can see,
Guard.
hey, there's a guard watching it. So what do? Doesn't look like there's anything in it. Thank God for low concealment. Yep, there's nothing in it. So usually, if you're trying to get this one, I would wait until his head is actually not facing you. So once he turns, it's harder for him to notice you a little bit. You see what I mean? So it's kind of like his eyes track where you are. So if you're trying to get into that container and there's a guy there, just wait till he moves his head away from your line of, like, where you are located, and you should be okay. As long as your concealment is low enough. Mine's 3, so... Another cool trick is that guards will sometimes walk out here onto this balcony. So what do you do if you're stuck here? Duck, walk to the edge, you'll be fine. They won't notice you. Now, what do you do if you want to go back up? Just walk backwards, stand kind of like in the sweet spot, and jump onto this ledge. Awesome. Now I want to get down, so just jump on top of this, and easy. In fact, you don't even really need to hit the fence. As long as you land here safely, you'll be fine. So, let's snip the fence. I don't know why you would ever saw it. And pile the bags over there. It looks like I think we got about 5. Open up the shipping container, or the dumpster, excuse me. Yeah. 1. Coke is worth 460. That's 2 things of Coke. This is where I make a generic Pepsi reference. Ha ha ha. Get the money stuck behind the dumpsters. See, that's what all the pros do. 2 bags of money and a server. Now, about 5 to 6 minutes into this heist, a helicopter will drop off one of 2 things. Either A, a bunch of guards onto the roof on the helipad up top, or B, it'll drop off a artifact in the front shipping area, kind of right in the middle, right where you don't want it to be. If you hear a big clank when you see or hear the helicopter, hey, good news, that's the artifact. Even if you don't get the artifact, you should probably want to get the artifact because they're worth a lot of money. Boop. You need to take him out anyway. You can actually sneak past them if you're quick enough, and if you have host privileges. But I just take him out anyway because we're going to be using this door quite a bit. Now, this guard that you saw here by this door, which will sometimes be closed like it was last time I played, into the ocean with you, will either spawn here by the back door, or he'll be the guard that spawns here by that ladder that was supposed to spawn, remember? Also, if you're up there and want to get down, you can also just land on this thing and land down. I don't recommend it. I've seen lots of people fail. Next. So I know what you're thinking. Wow, you've already wasted 3 pages. What are you, an idiot? You could have just done this without killing anybody. Well, to that I say, go fudge yourself. And second, this method kind of works a lot. It works very well because this entire back area is safe now. I can throw bags wherever I want back here, unless it's in the line of sight of these people, and you're fine. And for people who use the sewers and use this ladder here to move the loot, 9 times out of 10, they'll throw loot here, or they'll be carrying an artifact up the ladder, and guards will patrol up there, and they will look down and spot you a lot. So we're going to work our way in through this open door here. Sometimes there'll be a guard standing here, sometimes there won't be. There will also sometimes be a bag of Coke here. A lot of people seem to miss that one. It's always here in the corner in the bottom right there. Now, you usually want to avoid the stairs in this map because it's kind of a hot zone for jerks. But real quick, I'm going to show you a trick. If you have the 6th Sense skill, where it spots guards within a certain radius, like that gentleman, you can actually break this glass if there's no guards around, and nobody will notice. And you can actually throw the bags out the window. Now, obviously, that guy is going to notice, and I'm not going to murder him just yet, but I will in a bit, because I know for a fact he has a key card on him. So now that we're on the main floor here, gun parts will usually be here. There can sometimes be loot on that container there. Sometimes Coke will be on this box. And sometimes there'll be gun parts on this rack right here. So let's just pile them up right here in the corner. We're not going to take the stairs. We're not going to do the sewers. We're just going to pile them up right there. Open that up. Got some gold. So we're going to run back here. Check this side office right here. And sometimes there'll be money here. Check the kitchen. Sometimes there'll be money here. I'll be very careful of guards. And there's usually a... Yep, here we go. Some Coke here, and it can be over here as well in one of the lockers. Well, I don't know why I couldn't think of the word for that. That took a minute. So many things to memorize. Alright, we're going to throw that in the corner. Okay, so we got that guy there. So, we're pretty much done. Let's work our way to the main warehouse. As you can see, Bane will tell you right now. Serious hardware in that vault. Okay. Well, we need another key card. We only got one, and we can only carry one for whatever reason. So let's throw our loot here. As you can see, there's lots of containers in this warehouse. So you're going to need a crowbar. And I'll show you where another one spawns actually really quick. Sometimes there'll be a thing of guns in the warehouse here out in the open. You can also pick those up. And real quick, let me show you where another crowbar is, because I've showed you, I think, 1 or 2 spots. So, right here in the kitchen on the table. Be careful, though, because sometimes civvies and guards will walk this area a lot, and they will see you. Let's just keep piling the loot there. Feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah. So sometimes there'll be money up here. A bag of money just chilling right here. Sometimes there'll be a bag of money just chilling right here. Pick it up. And you know what to do with it. Just pile it up. Okay, so we're just going to save that for a second so I can explain what that is. Empty, empty. Let's see if I can get into something else that's lighter, please. Gold is not any better, but sure. It's a little better.
Watch out.
Whoop.
Guard.
Like I said, be very quick. Don't hesitate. Just make your way as quickly as you can to where you're trying to go. And just keep doing what you're doing. If you see a guard, don't back up, don't freak out, don't
Watch out.
panic.
Guard.
See, you're fine. Guards are very slow to react when you have low concealment. Okay, good. I still have 2 body bags. Here's another container with money, and just for laughs, let's hit up that last container here, or crate. I don't know why I keep saying container. Okay, so there's a civvy walking towards me, so the only thing left to grab
Stay fucking quiet.
is the artifact. Now be very careful, because sometimes there'll be guards in the windows who look down, and who will see you and
Stay
will
back.
ruin your whole night.
Guard.
It happens to me quite often. That's actually a quite an annoying thing. So those guys will either walk upstairs or 180 and get in the way. They walked up the stairs. So we're going to run back and grab that artifact. Right here. Now artifacts
There's only one place I can sell that. Marrakesh.
Artifacts are very, very heavy. They are the heaviest item probably in the game, to be honest with you. If not the game, definitely this mission. It's kind of a pain in the ass to move, and I would only give it to the fastest guy on the team, or if you're the only person on the team, just, know what you're doing with it. Be very, even though you're slow, be fast, you know what I mean? So, the warehouse is done at this point. Everything's done there. So let's go back outside. There's no guards here. There's no guards at all in this entire area, except for up there, like I said. And we will make our way to the outside container area, which I usually start with the back. Now, if you run into this room, guards don't ever patrol this area. Like I said, once you kill those 2 guards, or even if you just leave this one here in the corner and just run around them like this, you're fine, really. You don't really need to worry about anything. So we can just run up here. Guards never come in here. They will sometimes patrol this little walkway here, but other than that, you're fine. So we'll start off by clipping this one. Boom. A money bag. How many money bags are in the container area, or what other loot is there? There is no other loot other than money bags, and there will always be 4. Every single time on higher difficulties, there will always be 4. As you can see, there's 2. One will spawn here, one will spawn there. Sometimes. So we've already found half of the amount of money bags that can spawn in the back area. I'll show you the rest. And there's a civvy there.
Look out. Guard.
And this is probably the hardest spot on the whole map, just because of the sheer amount of guards that patrol this area here. So we can jump here. There'll be a money bag here, a money bag there, and there will always be a crowbar there. So let's jump out of this, jump across. Let's see, it looks pretty open, so let's go for it. One here. It's probably my least favorite money bag to grab, as it's so out in the open. Let's do this here. Boom, 3. Making my life very easy right now. Just be very careful, watch for civvies who look like they're doing the Michael Jackson lean, and you should be fine. If you find a money bag in the sign, throw it over the fence. Don't throw it up too high because sometimes guards might see. 1, 2, more spots where it can spawn. Now let's just be very careful because sometimes, like I said, they'll be standing right here patrolling this area. And, ooh, who saw me? Oh no. Let's see if we can do this quickly. There we go. So that's 4. Man, gotta love having low concealment. Okay, so that's 4. I'll show you where the other stuff is on the other side, but for now, if you want to escape, just clip through the top of this, just jump on the containers on the other side, and you can just clip right through it. Easy. So let's get these in.
Fuck yeah. Delivered.
I mean, if anything, dude, if this was real life, you could have just climbed that fence, opened that container, and got away with $300,000 and called it a night. I mean, I would have personally been content with that, but you know, whatever.
Watch out. Guard.
So as you can see, that big container was not there before. And as you can also see, it's open on both sides. So let's get that really fast. How do we do that? Well, my method is my favorite. Climb up here and just fly. That was close, because if you fall and you hit the ground without landing on either this or the fence, you'll probably go down. So, whoa. As you can see here, another container, open it up, and there'll sometimes be a money bag here. And it's the last of the money bags. I've already grabbed all 4.
Guard.
I've just got to move them in. Or at least the last 2. Now, it'll always drop off an artifact here in the middle, so what do? Pick it up, and quickly, very quickly, and be very careful. Man, these guys are on me today. Oh my god. Grab the artifact, lockpick your way, or drop into the sewer from this corner here. Obviously, you don't want to go through the front gate, as, I mean, there's lots of guards. Why would you do that to yourself? Okay. Now, man, feels like there's a lot more guards this time around. I just literally did this mission. I don't remember there being this many guards. So, I'm willing to bet 20 bucks that guard is still sitting in front of that shipping container. Yes, there he is. Okay, so let's talk about this. Sometimes there will be guards who, in certain spots on the map, are just static. They will just stand there and do nothing else. They have no function, no walking patterns, no paths, nothing. They just stand there, staring into oblivion in one spot. They are assholes. But you can kill them, and they will have a keycard on them. 9 times out of 10, guards who just stand there for extremely long periods of time will, in fact, have a keycard or 2. Not 2. No, 2 keycards. Just a keycard on them. So you can kill them, and hey, they'll poop out a keycard. Very convenient. So let's move these last 2 money bags, shall we? And then we'll go and we'll kill that guy because he's kind of hindering my process of breaking the window. I wanted to get that started already, but he's kind of being a jerk, and he's like in the worst spot. Also, I definitely recommend when you do the top floor, like see, this is why I don't play basketball. This is why I don't do that. Anyway, if you do the top floor and you have all the bags here and you're done the top floor, just get all the bags in. If you're doing the middle floor, get all the bags in. If you're doing the container, get all the bags in. Just as you finish a floor, move the loot into the dumpster. I definitely just saw a flashlight through there, which means that there will be a guard walking up, right? Or was I just freaking out? I was just freaking out. Okay. Yep. Okay, so he's still chilling there. And there's another guard right next to him, so we're going to have to take him out in a way where we just kill him, because we've already used 3 pages. That static guard is definitely making this guide really ridiculous, but hopefully in your playthrough, you won't have to deal with him. The only reason I'm dealing with him now is because if I break that glass there, he will definitely hear it, and he will panic and Then I'll have to go and shoot him in the face, and then I'm sure there'll be like 10 other people that get alerted, and then blah 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 blah. So this is why we bring a shotgun, because let's see if I gotta do this quick. Yeah, let's knock him out of the way. Hopefully in a place where people won't see him. So I still got 2 body bags.
The fuck? Can we swap partners?
I'm holding my breath, hoping that a civvy or another guard doesn't walk up. Well, civvies don't really matter, but you know what I mean. It's like a domino effect in this game. So take him, throw him over the railing. Okay, thank goodness. Now, as you can see, like I said, hey, a keycard. So, I mean, it's kind of in a bad spot. We won't be able to grab that keycard as well as use the one that I have into the vault because it only has a 10-second time lock. So we might as well use the one I got and open up one of these 2 shipping containers, which will sometimes have a painting in this one as well as a money bag. The painting can also be here up against this, as well as in the corner down that hallway. I almost goofed. I thought the door was on the other side. That was not good.
Watch it. Guard.
Okay, let's get outside. This mission's starting to give me the heebie-jeebies. So I already picked up the key card. We'll drop down onto the fence. Get the painting in. Boom. Okay. No, this is supposed to be doing this mission the easy way. Honestly, if it wasn't for that static guard, I'd have been done about 5 minutes ago. But, you know. RNG. So, what I was trying to do earlier is, we'll stand up on this, and we're gonna wait about 6 seconds, and it should highlight all the guards in the surrounding area around me. There he goes, he's walking away. There should be nobody else. Shoot it open. Yep, as long as there's no red outline anywhere near you, you should be fine. Like, just be very careful, because sometimes, there'll be a guy, in the stairwell, and then you'll piss off like 20 people, but anyway. Break the window, start moving out all the loot, artifact. I don't recommend throwing out straight like that, because it'll get stuck out on there. I'll show you how to throw the other one out, because I'm sure I'll pick it up. If you get coke or money, don't be a dumbass and throw it like that, but instead throw it at an angle towards the fence. It'll land right there, making it really easy to get in. Now, if you pick up an artifact, and you want to get it out the window and give it to your partner down there, kind of throw it at an angle like that. It'll fall right down to the floor. Gold, you can throw it perfectly straight, and it'll go over the container. Gold. And what are you? Assault rifles, you can also throw that just over the container. Because it'll be stuck up here, and your partner will be like, hey, throw down the artifact, and you'll throw it down right on top of this container, and you won't be able to grab it, and he'll be like, well, you're bad. Oh. Damn, that was close. I'm sad. I feel like I got cheated out of that one. Alright, so let's get all this loot in, which obviously is more than what I need, because I only need to get 12, and with that, I'm at 12. Now, artifacts are usually worth 1.1 million if you're playing on 1 down. So let's get all this in. I'm not even gonna ask, man. I'm feeling a little sad. Good lord. What if I close it and then open it? Oh, made it worse. Okay. 690,000 for assault rifles. Gold is probably worth like I don't even remember. I've played this so much and I don't remember how much gold's worth. Yeah, 600,000, yeah. Okay, so at this point we're done. The only thing left on the entire map is the top floor gate, which has 1 shipping container, or shipping crate in it, and the armor. I always save the armor for last. Why do I save the armor for last? Well, if you open up the safe that the armor is in, and there's a guard walking around, the guard will see the the guard will see that the safe is open and will be alerted immediately. They won't even check it. They'll just walk right up to it, and it'll just go to shit from there. They'll always, always, always be alerted from this being open. But enough about that. Let's find a keycard. So what are we gonna do? Well, civvies don't have it unless you kill the orange jumpsuit civvy, which, depending, I've got no idea where he is at the moment. He's either wandering around outside or inside. I've got no idea. Some guards might have keycards on them, but I'd have to kill a guard and I've only got 1 pager. So what do? We either wait for the orange jumpsuit civvy to walk up, or hopefully kill a guard that has a key card on him. And from that point, we'd have to rush. So, well, let's rush.
Watch it.
But I'm going to wait until
Guard.
one more guard pops up. I'm not comfortable with just one guard being around the area. Whoa. That's why it's always good to be able to sprint in multiple directions. There's a guard
on
there.
patrol.
Let's see if we can find Orange Jumpsuit real fast. Just to see where he is. Okay, well he's not, he's clearly not there. I thought that was him, I got excited. Well, sometimes his pattern's kind of odd. He will walk around outside in the main shipping container area. That's where you're most likely to find him. He can also walk into the warehouse by the truck over here. He can also walk up. That wasn't him. That was another civvy, not the one we're looking for.
Careful.
He'll sometimes also be walking around upstairs, especially up by the windows over there. But that's not him. That's another civvy. So how do you know if a guard has a key card? Well, unless they're static, they probably won't. So let's see. Is there any other guards in this area? I'm waiting to at least get one more guard, so that way I can, you know, I got like a 50-50 chance almost.
Watch out. Guard.
I don't want to just kill him and him not have a key card, and then I wasted an ECM in a rush for nothing. Really wish I knew where that city was. That way I can at least trail him a little bit. But like I said, most of the time he'll be walking around the back area of the shipping area. Oh yeah, that's also a really complicated way to get to the roof. Just jump on top of the shipping containers. And we'll jump up here, we'll run around, and I bet you 20 bucks he's probably walking around in the back area over here in a really inconvenient spot. Oh, that wasn't him. I could have swore it was. Oh no. I'm gonna have to owe you guys 20 bucks. Oh, nope, there he is. Yeah, that is definitely where I don't want him to be. So let's see what he does for a minute. Hopefully he walks into that doorway so I can waste him. Still got a body bag on me, so I can hide him. And of course he walks around. I love it. I love the pathing. So bad. I'm not even entirely sure where he's going. Alright, so since he's being uncooperative, let's just see if there's any guards around. The one time I want guards to be around the safe, and I can't seem to get more than one. Let's see. I got one guard there. Is there another guard in the area? I got one here. Alright. You know what? Let's go for it. No key card. And a key card. Okay, so if you're going to do this, do it very, very fast, because you've only got 10 seconds to put both key cards in at the same time. So you got one. There's the other. Get it open. There'll be samurai armor here. There's only 4 of them. Get that other ECM down. Now this mission's obviously going to go loud. The alarm will probably go off. Let's just throw all the loot in here. Let's just get it in as quickly as possible before everything hits the fan, you know? I doubt I'll be able to get all the armor in before the alarm goes off. I'll be amazed if I can. So take the armor, throw it through the window. Boom, there's the alarm.
I'm shutting this down. Make sure you're with the driver when he bails, or it's a long walk home.
Hey, don't panic, don't freak out. You got a minute, which honestly is a lot of time when you're trying to move bags. So there you go, there's 4. See if I can find another key card and get that other case open. I don't think it's happening. Most of the time, to be honest with you, it doesn't ever have anything in it. I've seen it have money bags typically or gold, but 9 times out of 10 whenever I do it, it has nothing in it. Well, it can also have an artifact, I'm sorry, but it very, very rarely. So everything's in, let's get to the escape.
Fortune, just look at that armor. And it's yours.
Now when you're running and rushing, hey orange jumpsuit civvy, you'll have guards open through that door and try to shoot you.
Fucking easy.
Boom. Like I said, even though you got a minute, don't panic. You got plenty of time. The highest I think I've made off this mission is probably 17 million in bag loot items, which ain't too bad. The payout for this mission is actually really good. The stealth bonus you get is about maybe 5%, I think. 10%? I can't remember. But you don't, when you're soloing this, trying to stealth it, it's kind of difficult to get the safe open with the armor and actually get that successfully. RNG has to really be on your side, and with the static guard and having to waste that guard to move all the bags, it really wasn't. You know, you guys, when you do it, that guard usually isn't ever there, so it'll be very easy for you to just break the glass and move the loot that way. As you can see, with 3.2 million in offshore, or spending cash, I mean, so that's not too bad. Let's see what I get. Ooh, sounds about right. The next mission, let's see. The next mission I do might either be Framing Frame or the Diamond. I haven't decided yet, but those two are very fun to do. Yeah, man, and this video has been long enough at this point, so I will let you guys go, and I'll see you next video.